тоже J-1?
Welcome to America. I'm Oleg, your J-1 sponsor.
Они мне обещали все. Работу, деньги. Нелегко тут для девчонок.
Hello, welcome to the Cinema Couch.
Today we're at Katra for the J-1 premiere.
Let's see who's at the red carpet.
Hi and welcome to the Cinema Couch. Today we're at Katra at the world premiere event for J-1, and I'm here with the writer, director, producer, Joffrey Guerrero. Are you super nervous?
No, not at all.
That's good. This is really exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about what this film is about?
Visa program called J-1 Visa. It's based on a true story. The U.S. State Department issues this visa program every year. They've been doing it for the past 30 or 40 years. J-1 visa program was started during the Cold War to improve relations with Eastern European countries, but over the years it's been exploited by different criminal elements.
Welcome to America. I'm Oleg, your J-1 sponsor.
I'm here with Anna Bredekina, one of the actors for J-1. And you did a great job. I liked that you were a great side character that had a little bit more hope than the other girls. Can you tell me, what was it like to do such a dark, dramatic film?
It was really great working with the cast and the crew, and I was like a last minute addition to the piece. They cast me literally the day before we started shooting. So I had to do my research very quickly. And it was really, really great that I actually had some variety in the character because I got to run away for a little bit and then come back. So that was interesting. The whole entire atmosphere of the shoot was really wonderful. Everyone was really great. It was super, super hot during the outside scenes, and everyone just tried to keep it cool. No one really complained. It was like a really, really wonderful experience working with the entire cast and crew.
Had you ever heard of anything like this before with the J-1 visa or women being trafficked into these type of things?
I'm actually very familiar with the situation because my mom is a director of ESL programs at Kingsborough Community College, which is in Brooklyn, in Manhattan Beach, and she deals with those students all the time. I mean, I just haven't heard firsthand stories like this, per se, but I have heard similar stories, not as bad as a strip club or anything like that, but this was really eye-opening.
What inspired you to write a film about this?
I met a young girl in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, and she was sitting on the boardwalk. She looked very young and vulnerable, and I went up to her and started talking to her. What's wrong? And she started telling me the story where she came here to this country to work in a restaurant, and the job didn't, when she got here, the job didn't exist. Like, she got here, everything was, all the paperwork was taken care of back in her home country, and when she got here, her papers were taken away, and she basically had no job. So I met her, I got her number, I tried calling her. I think, from what I remember, this was a long time ago, her number wasn't working, so I lost track, and I always wondered what happened to this young girl, and that was just the seed of the idea, and then I just, fictionalized a lot of aspects of the story.
I'm here with Natalia Shubatize, who played Oksana in J-1, the leading girl. So, how did you stumble across Joffrey in this brilliant film?
I I met Joffrey. I've known him for 3 years and a half, and then he told me that I had an audition. So I just went for audition and I got the lead role.
Tell us a little bit about the research for this film and how difficult it was and the individuals that you may have encountered.
Absolutely. It was very, very tough to actually hear from the real people what they really went through. And I had no idea because I've never been involved with J-1 or any other sexual trafficking, thank God. And once I read the plot and I got the role as a lead role, I decided to explore a little bit, and I did a lot of research on the internet. And then I decided to meet the girls in person. I met a couple of J-1 girls, and they told me the real stories that happened, very similar to what you saw in the film. It was not easy that, those people are very innocent and they don't want to do it, but they're forced to be or do something that they don't want to do. It's a real issue these days, and I'm so happy, and I felt very honored to play the girl, to somehow the way I can support those girls who are really going through this in real life.
I mean, you really captured it. I really felt for you, and just like, what somebody like that would go through. What was filming like? How long was the process?
Shooting didn't take us for a long time. It was 3 days and a half, I think. You have to ask that to Jeffrey. I forgot. But it was intense. We were shooting maybe 18 hours a day.
What was the rehearsal process like? How did he help you like dig into the character?
He was very helpful, actually. It was not an easy role to be depressed all day long. He was very helpful. He would come and explain and tell you how to get into the character, tell a little bit about what he was thinking when he was writing the role. So it was very, very helpful. I'm very thankful for that to Jeffrey. Rehearsal with the whole crew were getting together in an apartment. It was an empty apartment. And we would rehearse. And the rehearsing part was fun, actually, We were joking, and then Jeffrey was getting mad, like, serious, this is serious, It's not a comedy, it's a drama. But once you start shooting, then everything changed, and we went to a depressing mood.
Have producers like wake people up. They're all about raising awareness on sex trafficking with children and women and all of that. And was there any proof that this was exactly what happened to this girl that you met, or was this sort of your imagination going with the possibilities?
No, this goes on. I did my research. I looked this. If you go back for the past 10 years, there's been different criminal organizations that exploit this program to bring young women to this country to work in the sex trade. It's the numbers don't lie. If you look at the numbers, there are over hundreds of thousands of young women trafficked into this country, and it's a sad state that's going on, around the world, and people don't know about this, So part of the goal of the film is to raise awareness, and people don't know much about what's going on. So just trying to do my part.
Hi, we're here with the lovely
Julia Parrott.
So you're a casting director here at Catcher for J-1.
Yes, that's correct. I also served as a production manager.
How did you become a part of J-1?
Well, I've worked with Joffrey for several years. We started as transcribers together back in 2006 for Kathy Griffin's reality show, My Life on the D-List, and we kept on working together in various reality shows. At the end of 2011, we went to dinner together, and he was telling me about this project, and I was blown away by not just the depth of the material, but his commitment, because it was clear that he already spent a lot of time researching it and trying to understand, trying to craft the story, basically. So I said, anything I can do, just let me know. So it just started with the Kickstarter and raising money, and then it just turned into me helping out the casting, which I never did before.
This is your first time actually casting.
When I started casting for this, I found not only did I feel like I was good at it, but that I really enjoyed it. So I definitely am looking forward to working with Joffrey again, within that role and whatever else he needs. Natalia, Joffrey actually met her I think it was at a party. So he decided to bring her in, and she had absolutely no experience whatsoever other than being a model. So we have a lot of very talented actresses up for the role of Oksana. And it was kind of tough, but then when we saw the first day of casting material, she just totally stood out as a person who really got the character, and I was just blown away. So everybody, it just worked. It was just great that everything worked so well.
I looked at the website for Wake the People Up, and it had said that it was the sex trade with women and children is one of the second most profitable organized crimes next to drug and guns. And that's just amazing because so many people don't realize that, and they would never imagine that in all 50 states in the United States that it happens. And had you ever heard of anything like this before meeting that girl?
No, not like this. I was just... So I started looking into it. I started researching it, going on Google, talking to a detective in New Jersey, and the story. There is a silver line. There's when you'll see the movie, you'll see what happens. There's a positive ending. Something happened in 2000 after I shot the film. I'm gonna give it away, but after I shot the film, Hillary Clinton and the State Department, they shut down the program. They realized there was something going on, and so now the laws are getting tighter and. We just got to keep that focus alive, letting people know that this issue exists, and, we have to make sure it doesn't, and, talk about it, make a movie about it, write a book, whatever you can do to let people know that this still exists, and we have to make sure it doesn't. I think that's what every citizen of this country should be doing.
We are here with the J-1 actor, Alex Emanuel. Wow. Great job. This was kind of a mind-blowing film in the sense that you get to see such grittiness and realness, and you don't want to accept it. And you played a bad guy. And you don't seem like a bad guy. So I was surprised. How was it getting into this character and being cast as that type of person?
When I met Joffrey at first, I auditioned for Michael, who's the driver, the Russian driver, and only because I'm part Russian. We're at the audition, he goes, I'd really like you to read for Ralph. I'm like, who's Ralph? He's like, Ralph's an Italian-American, Goomba. I'm like, Italian accent? He's like, no, he's just like a guy. He's just a guy. He's a strip club manager. I did it one time, and he was like, that's it. How was it to play a guy like that? As an actor, it's definitely more fun to play bad guys. I don't always get the opportunity. I play a lot of nice guys. I am a nice guy.
You seem like a nice guy, and that's why I was so surprised. I thought, maybe this one saves him. He's the savior. There really is no savior.
And my character is not only not a nice guy, but he's like a despicable guy. Next to Georgie's part, he's about as bad as you can get. You're trying to embody this guy, and you know who this guy is in these circumstances. I mean, I connected with what this film was about. It is difficult in a part like that because, naturally, I'd like to be able to see the two sides of the coin for any character that I do play. But in this case, you have to kind of relish or, just embrace who this guy is.
Where is this film going?
I see it going all over the world. I'm sending it to all these festivals in Europe and around the country, our country. So just sending it out everywhere and see what happens. Hopefully somebody bites.
We are here with Georgios. He played Vadim. How did you prepare for your character?
It was not very difficult. It's a part of life. Just read the script, and I just follow the lines of the director.
You were a little bit of the bad guy, right?
Yes.
Do you enjoy being the bad guy?
I really enjoy it. I just put out myself a little bit the rough way. Because as a person, I am a baby on the same time, and on the same time, I am a murderer. So I put everything out.
Did you do any research for this role, or how did you really dig into it?
No, I didn't really do any research. You know, it's part of everyday New York life. You know, you go and hang out with your friends in restaurants, nightclubs, strip clubs, and it's just part of life.
How is it working with Joffrey and the filming process? Any fun stories behind the scenes that you can share?
I really enjoy work with Jeffrey, and actually I want to thank him for giving me the opportunity to work on his film. And behind the scene was just fun. It was my friends actually in a strip club who we sat, and I want to thank him also. His name is Tommy. He's also a Greek guy like me, you can understand by my accent. And we have a great time behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
I'm so glad that you have done your part in raising awareness. Here with an audience member, a viewer of J-1, to talk about what she thought of the film. What was your initial thought, you know, when the girl found out what she was really in New York to do?
As a woman, I think my heart just sunk to my feet. Because although I have fortunately never been in a situation even remotely that dire, there's something innate about our collective human experience that makes you go, oh my God. There's no way that you could not relate to that situation, especially, you know, knowing that it could happen to anybody. It really could. And especially how easy it happened to these girls. It's terrifying.
And it's scary to me to think about all these people. I know so many immigrants who came here to learn and study and just change their lives for something better, and to see something where they became, it was a worse lifestyle, was just horrible. And have you ever seen a movie with this type of subject in it?
No, not this specific one. But yeah, you bring up an interesting point that, you know, the whole idea of America, this country that we live in, is that you come here to make your lives better. And people from all over the world do just that. And when you get here and America lets you down, as an American, that hurts my heart. That's not okay. That's not something that we can allow in this country or any country for that matter.
How are they going to be able to see this film?
Well, you just gotta stay tuned. You can look me up on Facebook. We have a fan page, facebook.com/J1 Barcode Films, and Twitter page J1 Barcode Films as well. You can find us up there, and also Katra Film Series, the film series that I run. You can find us on the Facebook, facebook.com/Katra Film Series.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joffrey. And you heard it here on the Cinema Couch. Films are very entertaining, but they can also raise awareness. Thank you so much.
Casting crew of J-1.